Remember, Bank of Uganda told us we feed the system. On the opposite side, they receive, they also reply. But fortunately, the client has told us the beneficiary changed along the chain. And this is very critical, I think, Mr. Chairman, in this meeting. However, Chair, I wanted the Accountant General to come clear. Yes. Okay. He's a professional accountant. Yes. And he's sitting on the head of the economy, Minister of Finance. To say that this incident was unprecedented, therefore they needed magical knowledge maybe to handle it, is far-fetched from him. I believe the ministry has internal controls. My brother alluded to it. How do you manage risk in the ministry? Did this one fall within the domain of the risk that goes with this transaction? Mr. Chair, when we talk of $6 million, we are talking of an equivalent of 5 seed schools. 5 seed schools in this country, stolen, lost. Yes. This is about 21 billion. This is about 21 billion.
Total is 60 billion.
No, I'm just talking about $6 million. One tranche of the transaction, Mr. Chair. And I'm saying if you put... Okay, Mr. Chair, that the Accountant General has not showed seriousness over the level of this risk. Secondly, Chair, the bank told us yesterday that when they have authorized the payment, they forward to the ministry, to him, I believe, to confirm, and they give 2 days.
Are we paying the right person?
Are we paying the right person? And it was indicated yesterday that you are sometimes silent on the deadline of 2 days. You need to come clear that you have already...
And that when they don't respond,
they click the
these
button.
ones pay.
So, come clear here, Mr. Accountant. Chair, I want to close my submission at that. Thank you.
I did ask you what your question was.
Thank you so much. Mr. Chairman, I want to begin with Madam Jennifer, who is the accounting officer in this case. Of course, in her department, there are 3 people involved in this transaction. That is herself, Maureen, and Mubarak. Now, you've told us that Maureen is almost the last person in terms of approval. Is that true? Mubarak.
You need to answer
yes,
that.
Mubarak is the last person.
Yes, Mubarak
in terms
is the
of
last
approval.
person.
Is that true?
In terms of action.
Chair, it is the accounting officer, but when the accounting officer is not available, then that role is delegated.
So in this case, who of the 2?
In this case, was the accounting officer available?
Yes, the accounting officer was available, but invoice approval had been delegated to Mubarak.
So in this case, it's Mubarak.
Mubarak.
So, did Mubarak approve this transaction when BOU was requesting for your approval?
Chair, the way it works is after the payments have been sent to the bank and we get the feedback, which I talked about, through the central department that processes the payments. It is by way of statements. So then
No,
we
wait.
look-
Deputy Governor, you told us yesterday that when you are to authorize payment, you first send to finance for approval, and that approval takes 2 days. So the question is, when you sent requesting for authorization from finance, did you, through Mubarak, approve or authorize the payment? Don't take us through the stories.
No, it is not stories, but the process is in such a way that when I have my invoices sent, they are showing who is to be paid. And this is managed centrally. So when we send them to the BOU, we now receive feedback, and this usually is by exception. And always what we do is we are interested in the exceptions, and the exceptions would be that now you wanted to pay IDA, but it has bounced. Maybe the account is closed or they are not there. When you don't get an exception, then it means the payment has gone as per the instruction, and then an email to that effect is also sent to say you wanted to pay IDA, we paid IDA.
Mr. Chairman, allow me that the governor repeats the word yesterday in regard to seeking approval or authorization for payments.
Why no? Is because you do not allow one witness to interfere into the submission of another. You let each witness put their case across, independent and separate of the other. Why we organized this meeting this way is we want the governor to hear what the other people are saying. I summarized the gist of what he said, record their evidence. When it comes to the bank side, we'll record it separately.
Okay, thank you.
Clarification on that, sorry Mzari to disturb you. I just want to get it from Jennifer. When the Bank of Uganda requested in those 2 days, you are talking of who this and that, who authorized that email, who confirmed that please go on and pay. Not that process you are telling us who did it, because I'm sure there is someone to do it.
Actually, in high
To write.
Honorable Kabasharira, first, the questions should be pointed. One, was that request made? Two, did you make the verification or confirmation?
Okay,
Mr.
yeah.
Mr.
The
Chairman,
chairman has put it right.
Mr. Chairman, from the explanation I've got from her, she was trying to explain that it is exceptional circumstances that she's required to respond. Otherwise, when they have sent, they leave it to them.
So
What
your
they
follow-up
wait for,
question should be, was there a request for them to confirm in this case?
she has answered it.
That
In this case, they didn't.
you answered. There was a confirmation, right?
No, she's saying they didn't.
No, go to the microphone. The witness is here.
Chair, I would need to confirm that. Let my colleague return, and then we can confirm that. But for
Okay.
me, what I know is that after payments have been sent and they have been received by the bank, the system will generate a payment advice, and that we receive immediately, saying that this person has been paid, and then the EFT number is also showing. So that we received.
Mr. Chairman,
No,
And
no, we are not. We are at a point of, was there verification? Oh, we are at a point of, was there confirmation that proceed and pay? That is the sticky point where we are at. Did you?
Mr. Chairman, I wanted to...
The issue raised by Honorable Naomi Kabasharira, or off the mic, is valid because I kept asking even the governor. but I will forgive her for now. She says somebody is going to get back to her and confirm, give us an answer. Whether in the affirmative, she's still here. Whether in the affirmative or not, we will allow Honorable Muzare to continue with that question pending.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Or you want to answer? She was pressing the mic.
Chair.
Muzare, hold your fire.
Chair, what I can say is to that question is when we received the preliminary statement,
Yes.
it was indicating idea to
And that was
to which we were comfortable.
Before payment.
Yes.
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 Can we have that? Which
Yes,
was
yes.
saying, which was the inquiry.
Which was showing that it
You have
was
not, you have
idea.
understood my question? Can we have that communication? Before
From
close
the
of
bank,
business.
from the bank.
When the bank inquired and it was indicating
Idea.
the right recipient.
Okay, Chair.
By close of business today.
Okay, Chair. That's okay.
Martin, please.
We only need that document, and it will ease our work. Now, my only disappointment is this case has been in the domain for some months, but up to today you don't have. But up to today you don't have information on your fingertips. That's where I'm disappointed, because, like for instance, Madam Jennifer, by now you should be with all the information. Who approved? What happened? Information should be flowing very fast. We don't want to act like our colleague. So now to the accounting officer. Accounting officer, there is a department called the payment section.
Do I need CID to go and arrest my CID or yes, can you find out? If, I hope they have not disappeared with my papers.
Now, in the payment section, there is a team also that handled these files. Have you at least had a meeting between the two departments that handle these transactions to find out what exactly happened? Because it looks like the way you are telling us, you literally even have no knowledge of who exactly in the payment section handled this file. That alone explains that you've not taken enough of your efforts.
Okay. The question is clear.
No,
So,
Chair,
have you-
answer.
Chair, what is not clear?
Just let me finish.
Just
Allow him the
Just to
intervention.
keep-
You know, Basoga will take
I-
some time to finish.
You
Can you allow
no,
me to finish?
you are-
You will finish. You will have all the time.
The point
Let's receive.
Honorable Muzare is raising
Yes.
is actually also raising our sugar levels. Because now these people are here being massaged. Have you, for example, committed people or interdicted those officers as forensic is going on? But you are just here being massaged. No.
Okay.
No. Honorable Ozima, sorry, Honorable Muzare, specifically go further to say, you guys, you are here before us.
I don't allow
When the entire-
coaching. I gave you your time.
And Chair, we insisted on that point yesterday.
We
that
insisted on.
Chair-
Please switch off the microphone.
through you.
Chair,
Switch off the microphone. Martin Muzale.
Chair, we are giving
Thank you,
information
Chair.
to
Martin
Muzare.
Muzale.
Chair, thank you
Receive
so much.
information.
No.
Thank you so
Itungo,
much.
switch off the microphone.
Muzare,
Oh, no information. Proceed on Muzale.
Colleagues, let me finish. Now, Accountant General, have you ever conducted a meeting so that we can get some minutes of what transpired in that meeting? Because we need to understand how far have you gone with this issue? Because colleagues want to understand your level of seriousness.
You were wondering whether I will return them. We are going to go through them, don't worry. Martin Muzale.
Colleagues want to understand
Now we have order.
your level of seriousness in regard to handling of this issue. Do you have some minutes of meetings so that we can see what exactly transpired in those meetings?
Minutes by close of business today.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, lastly,
Yeah.
we have what we call the IT sections. The IT, because if I'm to pick it from what the Deputy Governor yesterday said, you know, these things are automated, what and so on. We want to know,
Honorable Nsibambi.
with all the
Order.
money that we are paying the IT experts here, at what point could you help us to identify this fraud? Because in some other institutions, if anything happens from your computer,
Okay.
someone else will know that you are the person who originated it here. So can we know from the IT department, finance, you tell us, who, at what point did this fraud happen?
Honorable Mzales, for two, I want us to go through the documents. Give me one document which said pay IDA.
And the chair, he also needs to answer our questions before he goes.
Wait. You see, Honorable Mwada, I am not a novice at this. Give me a document which says pay signed by Jennifer Muhuruzi, the accounting officer, treasury operations. That letter is here with the attachment. It is received, and let the record capture it. And like I made a promise here, delivering as promised, everything you're giving me is going to be secured. I put it in this envelope, and I shall seal it in the presence of everyone.
Chair.
On record, he has submitted it. No. I'm saying the submission is on record here. It is already captured. That's why I used the word, it is captured as such.
Chair, but when some...
And I am not going to revert to that. Procedure against the chair? Okay. You have evidence of payment instruction to ADF dated when? On 25th September 2024, payment instructions to African Development Fund, ADF. Okay, it is here for 8.596824.26 USD. It is attached to a letter signed by Jennifer Muhuruzi Bijirwa, dated 16th October 2024. It is received and inserted. The date is 16th October 2024. You have a letter dated 10th October is what I already have, and you have given me, and you said it is a document, you need it. There you go. I have retained the one of interest to me. I have also received, I have in my possession, an email from Mubarak Nasamba. Please don't flash that camera into my documents. Okay, dated Tuesday, October 8th, and it is to Sheila Matovu. Who is Sheila Matovu? At Bank of Uganda, right? Okay, we will know Sheila Matovu. With a copy to Elizabeth Claire Athieno, again of Bank of Uganda. Kindly help me with the swift advice for the payment to International Development Association. It is from Mubarak Nasamba, dated October 8th. Makula, you have a copy of the same? You have a copy of the same? Okay, it is legit, it is from you. It is enveloped. I have from the Accountant General's Office, action form of 21st October, request for electronic payment system log for USD 6.134, 1377.5. and 8.596, 824.26. It is of 21st October 24. You have a copy of the same? There is nothing internal. We are the one and the same. You look at it. It will come back, I'm sure, so I can give it to you to look at. Is that also, you have a copy. Attached to it is a letter of 10th October from Jennifer. I think it's the one we have seen before. So it is also received and retained. From PSST. Okay, you have a copy? Sir, to PSST from Accountant General of 29th October. Request for confirmation 16th October on the foreign exchange transaction EFT number. You already have it. Yeah. So I want to assure myself and the entire public that it is dated 17th October 24. Okay. Some of them are repeated. 10th October 2024 by Jennifer. It is attaching handover notes for period 30th October to 11th October 30th September to 11th October 2024. It's a loose minute. Okay. You have the, okay. Aziza, from Aziza Nabitalo to Angelina Darini Musera. You have a copy? And it is yours. It is dated October 8th, 2024. Also, of course, with other attachments, including the SWIFT copy of the receipt. Okay. We have one on Uganda bank group bills due on 30th November and 1st December 24. You have it? From AFDB, loan accounting, 24. Okay. I have one. I'm not seeing the date. It looks like this. You have it. So that one I'm also retaining. Then this is a brief to the Honorable Minister from Accountant General of October 29th. That one I'm also retaining. Accountant General, it is from Bank of Uganda. Shall we have order, please? From Bank of Uganda, signed by Timothy Sekirai. You have it, sir? Okay, it is also attached to it is that brief to the Honorable Minister. This day, or this 18th day of December 2024, the year of our Lord. It will remain in our custody. We will request for more documents and please take some 2 minutes to respond to the questions raised by members before I give my final guidance.
And also, Chair, as part of his response, of correspondences, probably to Bank of Uganda, if the content is true and right, probably he's trying to say that we did our part and forwarded to Bank of Uganda. Now,
he's not trying, he's actually saying so.
Now, I want in his own words to tell us that in his knowledge, to be on record, that for us, we paid this and this and this as per the document submitted, and that's to the base of our knowledge. So that it goes on record.
Yes.
So that when we are tasking Bank of Uganda, they also
actually start with that. That is okay.
Seniority answers. We know we lost money, and we know who was given the money to, and we have a senior in this. So it is the seniority to answer, because it's a common fact.
Who is the senior now?
The senior who gave out the money. You know? Two,
Honorable Kayondo, on that one, it will not be answered.
Chair.
Because, let me give my reasons, because the record must capture my reasons for the ruling. That will not be answered. Why? Bank of Uganda is yesterday. Let's go to the next question that goes to Accountant General. Is the witness on the stand?
Chair, you made a very good question. They know who selects whom to pay, because not all people who are in the payment line are paid. Who selects? Chair, you know very well that they pay against an invoice. How can somebody tell you that there was a change? We are supposed to pay this one and then they instructed us to pay the other. Does it mean that they have two invoices in the system?
Honorable Kayondo, your questions are valid, legitimate, genuine, but not well placed. Today you would have known that we started generally. We are now narrowing. You do not find them culpable, or these ones culpable. And you have already called them thieves. I will not entertain that. I will disallow. So, Honorable Kayondo, your legitimate questions should be shelved for now until we get to the right witness to answer them. Honorable Sebamala.
I want the Accountant General to be on record that this is unprecedented.
He is already on record.
Are you sure? If I bring evidence that there are payments beyond this before that have been paid, are you ready to take the go?
To do what?
Go on record. Are you ready to take the fall? You put it on record.
On record. Switch on.
I'm asking, finally, if I bring records of payments that have left Bank of Uganda, that have left Ministry of Finance to different beneficiaries and have ended up in different beneficiaries, are you ready to take the fall? Go on record.
Yes. Yeah, you are now on record.
Chair, I'm on record. I said that the nature of this transaction
Yes.
is the first of its nature, in this form and of this amount. We have never had an incident where debt is being diverted.
But there have been instances where different beneficiaries have gotten money from Ministry of Finance. Not attempts. Not attempts. There have been.
Honorable Sebamala, you have.
I want to answer.
I think I should really add just my question.
Yeah.
Are there instances in Ministry of Finance where the beneficiaries have changed hands during payment? Apart from this one.
Well, not which have been brought to my attention. Because for me, what I know, as I said, that this one is very unique. We pay the biggest chunk of money.
My problem is not this one. My problem is the number of transactions that have left Ministry of Finance and have not reached the intended beneficiaries.
Can we save ourselves by doing it this way? Honorable, you can only speak from knowledge. Let's do it in a neater way. Get the documents. Mr. Semakula is not a discharged witness. I am only allowing him to exit for purposes of what he told me and told us earlier. We shall have him again. Finally, Chair. Vice Chair.
Chair. A thorough check of your system. If yes, do you have a minutes or a report on that? You have a report?
Okay.
Yes? Okay. Yes or no?
Yes, we do.
Yes, can we get that report that you did the thorough check of your system, that the system was not hacked?
Okay.
Yes?
No, you are switching on the mic, off the microphone.
I really want to appeal again, because as I said when we were beginning, is that there is a forensic audit going on. This forensic audit should be able to tell us what actually happened and where it happened. Okay? So, I guess once that information comes, then we should be able to pinpoint and say this is what happened. And I was very clear. I said that for us, when we look at our application processes, everything is okay. If you go to the system and look for roadway, we do not have roadway on our database. as a payment, as a government supplier. So let's wait and see what could have happened. That's what I'm saying, that let's wait and see what could have happened. Chair, I also want to assure you members and the public that we and Bank of Uganda, it is really in our interest that these things do not reoccur, because we have to build confidence. So we and Bank of Uganda must work together to ensure that these things do not reoccur.
Chair, I raised the question that he speaks to the documents and to his submission, that from
initiation, invoice approval, file creation, and file formatting.
Yeah.
Even if you go on the system now.
I think that's what Mrs. Muhuruzi said.
Yeah, everything is okay.
On that one.
Yeah.
With respect to speaking to the documents, it will not be done today because we are still receiving documents, including from them. You know those they are meant to submit today. I only want...
Where are the documents after the incident? You see, Chair,
we have received them also.
Okay, Chair, listen to this. Yesterday, there was a question which Deputy Governor did not answer, but I think which he can answer now. You see,
who can answer it?
Everything it is in normal, but an incident happened. So my concern, and I think the concern of the members, what control systems have you now put in place after the incidents? What have you done? Because if
documents I have seen, they make some reference to that effect. And so the question is, what happened? It boils down to one thing of what happened. Let's not repeat ourselves. Finance has said, the summary is in one sentence. We never instructed them to pay those two.
Chair,
wait.
Chair, it's my prayer that he says it himself. That statement.
That's what he has said.
No, Chair.
Yes. And I very emphatically that we did not issue any instruction to pay those two companies.
Simple.
And I repeated that even now, if you go on our database in the system that we have, we do not have those as government suppliers. To be able to be paid on a government system, you must be registered on a government system.
Infamous.
Yeah.
what are your IT experts telling you? What happened?
But he has told you.
We are still on forensic.
Mr. Semakula, switch off that
It's
microphone.
Bank of Uganda which knows.
You see,
Oh,
it's axiomatic, Honorable Mwada is Minister of Finance. The second is Bank of Uganda. You were probably not old enough when somebody sang a song, "One of Us is Lying." We'll get to know who is lying and who is not. Did you hear that song? Did you hear about it? Honorable Mwada?
I know the latest ones.
Okay. Mr. Semakula, you asked the last question. You did ask the last question. If I allow everybody to ask the last question and ask another last question, we will not finish. Mr. Semakula, thank you very much for being with us today, together with your entire team. When can we hear them again? Colleagues, now consensus must be built now. Who says, you mean you cannot sacrifice and hear them on Christmas?
Tomorrow.
Okay, Mr. Semakula, keep your diary open between now and Friday. We shall communicate with you.
Chair,
Yes.
that between now and Christmas, and actually first, because we even have to present you the statutory reports, which we are working on with the Auditor General.
Mr. Semakula,
First,
there is a time I left this place at 4 a.m., actually consistently for an entire week. Colleagues know. Because I was also doing my work.
I do.
Keep your diary open between today and Friday. In the event that you receive an invitation, please accept to come by yourself.
No, that one we shall. Chair, anytime you want to be our
So, mint money for us. with your team. At least now we are narrow officers. We know. Yesterday we did for the press, which I have seen, that the computer should be the one to be arrested. I asked the question, should I arrest the computer or you? He said that the system is automated, which pretty much has been repeated by Ministry of Finance. That is number one. Number two, but we must dig deep and get to the bottom of it. 3, nobody will hide under any authority or investigation to deny us information. 4, to the members, as we seek to communicate with anyone, whether within this room or outside this room, let us stick to the rules of decency. The rules of decency are governed primarily by accuracy. You must be accurate in terms of content. As a quasi-judicial organ, we also have a duty to avoid exaggerations which present us as being biased and prejudiced. I repeat, we are not prejudiced, and we must therefore not be seen to be prejudiced against anyone. Finally, as you deal with the witnesses before us, bear in mind that there could be some people who are not our witnesses and who are not here. One who we should not, who will be very happy to see us say the witnesses we have are the thieves. So let us stick to the facts before us. Let us stick to the evidence and to the law. With that, Deputy Governor, you have been present when your clients, your customers are saying, we have never given you instructions to pay Roadway and the other MJS companies. They have given us instructions which they gave you. Where are the instructions that you received? And 2, where are my documents? The documents that we requested for yesterday. You're welcome.
Honorable Chair and Honorable Members of COSASE, a very good afternoon to all of you. Chair, maybe let me start with the second request. I think I must have misunderstood you because I thought I was handing the documents on Friday. You'd requested that all the documents that this committee requires should be brought in by Friday. So I had the Friday date in mind, so I'm sorry if I misunderstood you that you wanted them today.
That I will respond very quickly. I was categorical in the end because I said I accordingly amend my earlier guidance of receiving the documents on Friday. I said come with them tomorrow, which is today. I will not treat this as a refusal. I will now quickly, without wasting time, require that you produce them today before close of business that you relied on to pay Roadway.
Honorable Chair, all the instructions...
First, where is you said Mr. Poloti is not in the country.
No, he's not in the country.
We said the next person.
The next person should have been Christina Lupo, but we needed to leave some staff in the office to execute government business and banks. So Mr. Charles Mugisa, who said here, is standing in for.
Why did you bring Charles Mugisa?
Charles Mugisa is the Director of Banking.
The one who wrote the documents that I have referred to?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Oh, yes. Okay, we are happy to have Mr. Charles Mugisa. You are welcome to COSASE. It's a friendly committee, as you've seen.
Thank you, Chair.
So, Chair provided asking us to do payment, but let me be on record the requests for payments from the Minister of Finance are not submitted in hard copy. They're submitted electronically. And Charles Mugisa, who's the Director of Banking, who receives things on a daily basis, can talk to that.
Mr. Charles Mugisa, where instruction from Ministry of Finance asking you to pay roadway and MJS? No, you have not switched to now it's on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and honorable members. Mr. Chairman, we have the instruction that was sent to us by the ministry to pay roadway, and this will be submitted with the documents this afternoon.
Who instructed you from Ministry of Finance?
Mr. Chairman, I think we need to, maybe we came in this morning with the understanding that we're supposed to go through how files move from the ministry to the bank. And that's why we came with the highly power delegation of IT, which can explain how this specific
I don't know
files.
how. I don't want to know because I'm not yet at the level of asking for that job. So, who instructed you? By this time, after 3 months of this matter in public domain, you know the specific person, because these are people you deal with on a daily.
And Chair, he said this, is it Broadway?
Roadway.
Let him just finalize on that.
That's
because
where
the
we
question
are.
was, where is the instruction and it was from who?
Yeah.
I pity you receiving these answers. Ministry of Finance has confirmed that roadway is nowhere on the list of service providers. Nowhere. For a company to be paid.
Procedure,
Honorable Mwada.
Chair, you rule a of inquiry and getting to the facts. Let's hear his answer.
So you are ruling. By the way, don't believe one witness against the other.
Chair.
For now, no, we are not at that.
I only speak when I have not on the list of service providers. If it is,
how do you know?
Chair, if it is, then he should also bring us the evidence.
Question he is answering.
Yes, Chair.
Who in the Ministry of Finance instructs the document? Then at that point, we will be at liberty to say. By the way,
Chair, I also
he has
request-
no duty to even prove that it is on a government system. His duty is to show that he was instructed.
Chair, you cannot be instructed to pay somebody who's not in the list
You
of
can
providers.
be instructed.
You cannot, because you pay against an invoice.
You see, that's the point I'm making.
Bank of Uganda receives instructions as the banker to government from the Accountant General's office. And these are the instructions we received. However, to be very specific, I wish to hand over to my colleague here, who is the head of IT, it will come to me at some point, but to guide us from how.
I don't want processes. They have been explained. 2, we are dealing with past tense.
Yes.
Not even past participle, but past tense. Who gave you instructions?
At Accountant General's office.
Who in particular?
Mr. Chair, I need to check who.
No?
Who did?
IT, do you know? Who? From your findings.
Well, Chair, I thank you, because I think by drawing a distinction between the two institutions and how they operate, you actually get to the bottom of the issue. The processes that happened in the Ministry of Finance, I think, have been explained, but the bank is not part of those processes.
That's absolutely correct.
So what?
Tell us yours.
So what happened is that once they have done whatever they have done, as they explained, for us, we get a file.
Yes.
And that file is from Ministry of Finance. The way we know that it's from Ministry of Finance is because we have automated these processes. That file is signed digitally. That digital signature.
Tell us your name first.
Edward Mugerwa.
Edward Mugerwa, yes.
I'm the acting executive director for IT at Bank of Uganda. That is the instrument we get. We don't get a signed form from somebody instructing the bank.
Yes.
We get a file. That file is digitally signed, and the systems automatically verify that this file is from
that
Ministry
this
of
signature
Finance.
is
That
authorized.
This signature is from Ministry of Finance.
No, is authorized.
Yes, is authorized and is from Ministry of Finance.
The
And
IT
the signature
department
yes.
has the capacity to know who signed this, correct?
Now, yes, it has the capacity to know.
From October to now,
yes,
have you found out who issued the instructions? You know, this
Now,
is not a question that requires narration.
It may require narration because you are interpreting in the form of somebody signing.
No.
It's an electronic.
IT has the capacity to go and know that this instruction was generated by Medad Lubega.
Yes.
Have you established the person who authorized or who instructed Bank of Uganda from your system?
Let me explain a bit on the tokenization
Explain.
process. The tokenization.
Let's get the context.
What happens is that we have what we call keys. These are security keys. Other people call them secrets. Now, at every month, Minister of Finance gives us their secret, which they call a public key. But they also retain what we call a private key, which is only known to them. Now, when they send us a file, that file is signed by their private key. And that private key, as I've said, it's only known by them. So when the file comes and our systems pick it up, the first thing they verify who has sent this file. And the way the system verifies is by checking against what they gave us, the public key, and verifying that the signature on this file is Minister of Finance. We don't know on the other side who authorized that payment.
No,
but that payment,
by the time you know this is the signature on this file is Minister of Finance, they are able to identify the person with that key.
Chair, unfortunately, that information is only with Minister of Finance. For us, the only thing they have given us is a secret. It is an electronic token. That's what they give us to verify that the file is from them.
Who gives you the electronic token?
Who? The electronic token, we get it from Minister of Finance. And
no, there must be somebody.
Okay.
We are dealing with a matter where there was no cyber involved.
Who in particular gives that?
Sends us that file.
You know, why I opened my envelope, which I have not sealed.
That we can
look at this.
That one, Chair, I'm going to ask my operation.
This
team.
was printed off the system, right?
Not be in a position to
I understand. I'm not telling you comment on whether it is accurate or not.
Yes.
Which says pay roadway.
Yes, yes.
And is it MJS?
Yes.
But here it is concerning
It's
that we invited them, not only yes into these particular transactions. They come here today, probably they even have answers, but giving us a narrative without the evidence. I find it intentional, Chair. And that's why, for these particular two witnesses, I would pray that you hand them over to CID. They can pick these documents. Bank of Uganda is very near. Bank of Uganda is very near here.
Procedure.
Because these are fundamental questions.
You are put on procedure.
Procedure.
And Uganda, and I will not run out of patience. They will give us the documents we want. Let us allow the witness to speak, because we allowed him to explain the process. I saw guide. Proceed.
Interact with in the
Yes.
exchange of these keys.
Yes.
We interact with IT of Minister of Finance and specifically a gentleman called Yahweh.
Yahweh?
Yes.
Yahweh who?
Tony Yahweh.
Okay, he's in IT.
Yes, in the Minister of Finance.
When these events happened, since they happened 3 months ago,
Yes, Chair.
has your Department of IT been called into play
Yes.
to do anything? Have you made a
within-
report to the Deputy Governor?
Yes. We've been part of the internal audit. I think the Deputy Governor already updated you on that.
On
So
what?
there's,
You were not here. You don't even know what you updated me on.
My apologies.
Your,
Chair.
yes, your sins are forgiven. But have you made a report
We have made reports, not one report.
on this matter?
On this matter.
How many?
We made a report on the payment to roadway, and we also made a report on the payment on MGS International. Yes, but we have also been participating in internal audit. We participated in internal audit, and we are part of we participated in the forensic, and of course the ongoing investigations with CID and the Auditor General.
You have recorded a statement with CID.
We have recorded
Have
statements.
you?
Personally, I was
Mr.
not.
Mugisa.
Mugerwa.
Sam Mugerwa,
Yes.
part of your staff have recorded.
Yes, my staff have recorded statements with CID.
Who are those?
Mr. Andrew Omara has recorded the statement. Mr. Andre Bine has recorded the statement.
Andrew Mara?
Yes.
The other one is Andrew who?
Andre Bine.
The one who is here.
They are all here.
Oh, where is Andrew Mara? Oh, okay. Who else?
As well as Mr. Javan Batimieto.
Javan Batemieto.
Yes.
Only those ones?
From IT, only those ones have. Okay, there is one who is not here.
Who?
Brian.
Brian who?
Brian Kangwaji.
Ka?
Brian Kangwaji. Yes. He's on leave, but he also recorded the statement.
He's on leave.
Yes.
Okay. Now, after those two reports, shall we have copies of those two reports? Those reports will be given to us by close of business today.
Noted, Chair.
Have you seen any other reports? Conclusive on who received information from your end? Not given. Who received the instructions?
Chair, the reports go through the processes and the controls that we have in place. In terms of who, as I have said, the file comes in automatically. It's not a document given to an individual. So we follow that process from the time the file is received up to the time the payment is
Who
effected.
follows when you say we?
We followed that
There
process.
must be a particular transaction
No,
person
Mr.
or desk
Chairman.
person.
When it comes,
Yes.
does it go to the whole of Bank of Uganda, or it goes to a certain person or particular?
Absolutely.
Where does it go?
The
That
process, the process, it's really a straight-through process. Very minimal human intervention. The only intervention to stop that process is if Minister of Finance has asked us to stop. But otherwise,
Mr. Chairman, it is just simple. Go to everyone, or it goes to a particular person. that file? Who receives it or who received it in this particular transaction?
Person receiving these instructions. The instruction comes in form of a file, a
To
digital
who?
file, to a system called the MFTS, the Managed File Transfer System.
Who manages that system?
The people who administrate it are here. Mr. Andrew Omara, Mr. Andrew Ebine.
The people who
Okay.
administer
And-
it are those ones you've mentioned.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now the question is, this particular one,
Yes.
who administered it? No.
Okay, who?
They can't be all of them.
Maybe I need to explain what I mean by that.
By administer.
An administrator ensures that the system is running, but there is no interaction that this file, I'm waiting for file to come. The system will automatically pick it. The role of the administrator is to ensure that that particular system is operating smoothly, but not to interfere or receive files. The file is automatically received and processed.
Let me understand it this way. Because it's automated, once finance keys in, okay, the instructions, without any human intervention from Bank of Uganda, your system just pays from Bank of Uganda.
Now, for external payments, it's a T+2 process. We have a window of 48 hours within which we interact with Ministry of Finance. We give them information that we've received this payment. These are the
Good.
details.
So who interacted with the ministry?
Not everyone.
Okay, who interacted? Yes, you did a report as IT.
I will request Claire. Claire is from the banking team. She interacted, she's also here. She interacted with the Minister of Finance.
On what? Okay, Claire, where are you? Oh, Claire is here. Press the mic. Claire, who?
So the interaction is in terms of providing the statement to Ministry of Finance, which is done the following day after the payments have been processed. And this is sent by email to the Ministry of Finance. And those statements, our expectation is that
The email says what?
please receive statements for files, for transactions processed the previous day. Yes?
Did you send that email?
Not personally, but one of our
Who
colleagues in
sent?
banking department. Eunice Kahimakaze.
Okay?
Kahimakaze.
Kahimakazi.
No, she's not.
Okay.
Yeah, who sent the statement to Ministry of Finance?
Where is Eunice Kahimakazi?
She works in the customer service.
Then what
section.
about you? What did you do?
What was your role?
I ensure, part of my roles is to ensure that we have,
What was your role in this
in this
transaction?
particular payment,
Yes.
we received an instruction.
You.
Yes, received that email from Mubarak, as you read properly,
Saying that?
that he would like a SWIFT message for that particular payment, the first one.
Mubarak was asking about the SWIFT message of paying to who?
Paying to IDA.
That you have paid.
Yes.
No. Before payment, what was your role?
See, the process is straight through. There's really no role.
You had no
for me.
role.
Yes.
But you see, yesterday, Bank of Uganda, were you here yesterday?
No, sir. I wasn't.
Yesterday. Before paying, they make that inquiry and expect a response within 2 days. Were you involved in that inquiry?
No, sir.
Who did the inquiry?
We have a service level agreement with the Ministry of Finance. We have a service level agreement with the Ministry of Finance. It spells out responsibilities that the Ministry of Finance has to do on EFTs and what we have to do as their banker. Now, when a file comes to BOU, it goes through the MTFS and then it's downloaded and then it debits the specific accounts where the specific transactions are being dealt with. For instance, if it's going to pay, say, IDA, it will look for the account where that money is coming from the accounts of finance at BOU, and it will debit that account. So when it does that,
And if it is paying
roadway. Okay. Yes, if it's paying roadway, still to look for the account where the money is coming from. Now, immediately these accounts are debited. E-statements or electronic statements are sent to Ministry of Finance. And these statements are sent to a group email, okay? To a group email which has various people in the Ministry of Finance, including the people who are here this morning. Now, we as a banker and a part of customer service, we also extract the statements and then send them to these people again, just in case probably the e-statement bounced or something has happened.
There are two possibilities. Bounced, or because they are somebody could have hacked into. So you want them to verify.
Exactly.
Was this done?
I'm coming to that.
No, before don't even come to another.
It wasn't done, but I have a.
It was not done.
Yes.
Why?
No, the confirmation was not done. Why? The SLA says that we are sending you these statements for you to see where, one, the debits have been made, whether it's the correct accounts, and two, the beneficiaries are the correct ones. The ministry is supposed to get back to us at 4 o'clock of the day when when these statements are sent out in the morning. Okay? Now, in the SLO, it's spelled out that if you don't get back to me by this time, I deem your instructions correct. And that's what we based on. So in these particular circumstances, in these particular transactions, no one at the ministry came back to us to check whether we did the inquiry through sending the statements. Yes, the emails. Yes.
That's where my question is, who sent the email from your end?
You've had, there is a Eunice.
Eunice Mwana Kahima. Kaimakas. Okay.
Kaimakas, yes.
Good. She's the one who sent the email.
Yes.
To who?
She sends it to.
She sent it.
She sent to a group email, but I think.
Do you have a copy of that email?
We don't have it here, but we have it. A group email under finance, but also certain individuals who are spelled. When we bring you the email, you'll see that the people who are.
Chair, there's one thing I wanted to get clarity on group. I want to presuppose that equally from Bank of Uganda, Eunice cannot originate an email without copying to officers of Bank of Uganda.
Correct.
Who are those who are copied in our communication? From Bank of Uganda to Minister of Finance. Yes. You must be part of them, and probably the deputy governor. So disclose to us who are those, because this one.
Okay.
If Eunice is not to be seen at this stage, we could rely equal on copies received by them while Eunice is sending to Minister of Finance.
That's correct. The meeting. No, I am very practical. No, I'm ruling. Don't arrest my ruling. It is 12 minutes to 2. We are adjourning to 3:30. Let's come back here at 3:30 with the documents. All the documents and Eunice Kaimakas. The meeting is still